Hey Scrappy friends, it's Ashley, and today I am sharing the winner of the Studio Calico August Traveler's Notebook giveaway. It's ALISHA HESS. Congrats, ALISHA. Thanks to everybody that commented. ALISHA, I will leave my email in the comments section below in the description box so you can email me with your mailing information and I can get your prize out to you. I'm also sharing a process video today. I am working in the August Golden Hour Traveler's Notebook Kit, and I'm using this page. It's kind of like a rainbow type color with orange, pink, and kind of a darker pink. And I thought it would be fun to use this stamp set that comes with the kit. And I wanted to stamp the Seeker of Everyday Magic stamp kind of in each of those little blocks. It almost looks like a stamp that was done with those different colors on the left hand side. So I'm just using black ink to do this, and I just kind of put my little monthly planner under there to keep it from just having any things that I've already done in the album, to keep it from kind of messing up the stamp. But my stamping is a little messy on this one, which I don't mind because I like the look of it with the way the little blocks of color are kind of messy. They're not completely filled in, they're not solid. So I end up liking the way that that actually looks. And so I'm just going to stamp it in every block. And you'll notice I have a staple from my tiny attacher kind of there in the center at the top, and I'm going to take care of that in just a minute. I'll show you a little trick. If you stamp on your if you staple on your insert pages and have something go through, I'll show you how I take care of those. And the stamp fit perfectly in each of the little color squares. I just like the way that that looks with the black. I first thought about using the insert page that's similar to this with the blues and kind of purples, but I thought the black ink would stand out a little more on these colors, and it actually kind of complemented my photos a little bit more. So I'm glad I ended up using this page in the insert instead of the one that I originally thought about using. So I'm going to end up with 7 stamped images here. And this is all the stamping that I do on this layout. I didn't want to do too much stamping on the right hand side, or any really, since I had so much going on the left hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and get these last ones finished here, and then I'll start working on the other side of the page. And these are some photos that I took during our anniversary weekend. We went to Laurel, Mississippi back in June, and even though this is the August Traveler's Notebook insert, I'm actually documenting June in it. And these were from a museum that we stopped at in Mississippi. It's the Walter Anderson Museum, and he is a local artist who did pottery, sculptures, a lot of sketching and drawing. So these were some of the ones in the museum that I really liked. The first one is called Chesty Horse, and that is one of his clay sculptures. The second one, I couldn't find the specific name. I did find one site that called it Wooden Deer. It was actually carved from a fallen tree that had fallen during a hurricane back like in 1947. And then the last one is a cat print. He apparently loved doing cats, and so these were some of my favorites from the exhibit. And so now I'm going to show you how to take care of that staple. I'm going to use one of these chipboard pieces. This is the Seeker of Everyday Magic chipboard sheet, and I'm just going to use this piece to cover up that staple there. And I like that it's the same sentiment and that it goes along with the colors on the left-hand page. I thought about it first, just taking some of that extra cardstock off the back, just to make it a little bit thinner, but I decided just to go ahead and use the adhesive that was on the back of the chipboard piece to go ahead and stick that down instead of removing part of the back of it, which you can do that sometimes if you want to make your chipboard pieces a little bit thinner. My insert is already getting a little bit thick, so I was thinking I probably needed to make that thinner, but I decided just to go ahead and go with it the way it was. And so now I'm going to start placing my photos, and I just printed all of these on a 4x6 piece of photo paper on my printer at home, and then just cut those out. And I sized all of them to the same size, but I have 2 vertical and 1 horizontal. And so that's the design I came up with for placing the photos, so I could have room to add my title and a little bit of journaling, which just tells what each of the photos are. And I could not find the name for the cat art. I thought I had taken a photo of that too when I took the pictures, but I guess I didn't. And when I looked online, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I just ended up stamping the date under that one because I couldn't find the specific name for the piece of the art. And so I'm going to use some Pink Fresh Studio letter stickers for my title. And I started out with these black puffy alpha stickers from the I think it's Simple and Sweet, always get it backwards. I think it's Simple and Sweet collection. And I start putting my title down. I was excited just to use these because they went perfectly. And so I'm going to do it down here at the bottom, and I'm working on it, getting my letters in place. And then I realize in just a second, after I start lining things up and get the title going, that I don't have any E's left. And so that kind of put a crimp in my plans. I didn't look before I started to see whether or not I had any E's. So I had to go to plan B. And that was to go back in my Pink Fresh Studio box and look for some more puffy alpha stickers. And I ended up finding some that I had from the Mix 2 collection. They're not quite the same color. I'm pretty sure these are black, the first ones that I used. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between a black and navy in some of these collections. But I think the one that I originally started with was black, and then the second alpha that I chose is more of kind of a navy color. And these were actually a little bit smaller, so they worked out probably better for my title. And I'm just going to put out the words Walter Anderson Museum for the title. And I kind of just start placing these. These are really easy to move around. They stick, but they don't like permanently stick. So if you need to adjust your title, you can do that and move things around. So I'm starting at the bottom with the word museum, and then just kind of figuring out my spacing. I'm just trying to see like if I have everything lined up and if it looks centered. And that's the great thing about these grid pages in the Traveler's Notebook inserts. They are good for lining up your alpha stickers or your stamping. So I was able to kind of eyeball it with the lines on the grid pattern and get everything lined up. And I wanted to use the word museum because that kind of gave me a base to start with at the bottom and then go up from there. And so that way I could make sure my spacing in between the words was correct and that it would look balanced with my photos. And so I just kind of play with those as I'm putting them on just to kind of get them lined up. And so I'll go ahead and do Anderson next and then Walter. And so I'm trying to figure out the spacing here if I want it really close, and I decided to go really close just so I'd have room to add my date. And then I also use a little sticker there just to add some more color and another element from the August kit. So I'm liking the way that the title's coming out. I thought about stamping the title initially. I had the new alpha stamp set from Feed Your Craft. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but it was the one that just released last week, and I had kind of placed it out, checking it to see if it would fit, and I did the word Anderson first just because that was the longest word, and it almost fit, but it left off my N. So I really wanted to use the stamp, and I thought about stamping the title vertically, but I just wasn't sure if I would like it with the way that I had the photos, so I decided against that and just to save the stamp for another layout for another time and go with these little puffy stickers. And any kind of stickers, just like plain letter stickers would be great for adding titles to your layouts too. I used to have a ton of just regular letter stickers, and I think when I purged our house when we got ready to move and my scrapbook stuff, I think I got rid of a lot of those because I was not really using them at the time because I was doing so many 12 by 12 layouts, and I would either use my Cameo to create my title or I would use like thickers, and so I think I got rid of a lot of those stickers. And recently I tried to find some just plain like black letter stickers, and I hadn't had any luck yet. So if y'all know where some good like black letter stickers are, let me know so I can order some of those. And now I am using just my Pilot pen to add some journaling under these. I'm just adding the name of each piece of the art and when He created it for the two that I know. And like I said, I didn't know for the cat piece, and so I just didn't add that. Even after doing the research, I couldn't find it. So maybe if we take another trip back, I can get that information and then add it into my insert next time. So I really kept it simple other than the stamping and then adding the photos and this little bit of journaling. I kind of wanted the focus on the left-hand side to be the stamping, and then the focus on the right-hand side to be the to actually be the photos. I just wanted it to be kind of about the art pieces, and so I don't really add a lot of embellishing on that side. I just do the date from the day that we visited the museum, and then like I said, I add one of these little stickers from the August kit just to bring in a little bit of color on this side. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do at first, if I wanted one with writing or one of the phrases, or if I just wanted one with pattern, and I just decided to go with one that had pattern. And once I get that placed, that will finish up my layout for today. I hope you enjoyed watching the process video for this layout, and I hope I will see you for my next video. Just check in and see if I have anything new. If you're not a subscriber yet, I would love for you to become a new subscriber. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.